welcome back to our series from Beyond the Number, the video series that we're using to help share useful tips and tools to assist leaders in their work. This model here is the high performing teams model, and it's a foundation model that we use. And it's made up of these three elements: build safety, which is referring to emotional safety; shared vulnerability, which is being open to saying we don't know and unsure, showing that openness to get into real discussion; and a focused purpose. Now, interesting enough, what we've discovered in most organisations is, at best, what we find is organisations have a purpose or a declared purpose, and even when it comes to strategy or right down to work tasks, often the purpose is understood to some degree. However, they wonder why they don't achieve the results that they set out to do in their execution of that work. And what we've discovered is you've actually got to have all three elements in place before you can really get the high-performing team. So, first of all, the baseline, as you see, the foundation, think of this as like a three-legged stool. Each of these elements supports the other. Take any one leg of the stool away and the stool will collapse. And it's the same with this model. It highlights the fact that we need the integration of these three elements. So first of all, number one is build safety. So build safety is really talking about the emotional safety within the team. It's while it's not negating physical safety, which is a given, what we are focusing on here is that emotional space where we can be and who we really are. We can say what we really think without the fear of retribution or judgment, etc. So when we build that culture within the team, then you get these real discussions taking place, in which our experience has been, and I'm sure you've found the same thing, when you get that sort of culture happening, you get some great ideas start to percolate out of those discussions, because no one's tiptoeing around each other. They're actually there for the ultimate purpose of getting the right result. So the next part of that, which is linked quite tightly to this, is the concept of shared vulnerability. So for shared vulnerability, we're talking about the leader and the team members being prepared to be emotionally at risk. That's the concept of vulnerability. Vulnerability basically means we're open to harm or risk. And in this case, we're open to emotional harm or risk. And you know what it's like. You've been in environments before where you've offered up an opinion or a concern and you get shut down straight away. That's not what we're talking about here. Shared vulnerability is, I'm prepared to say, I don't know, I don't understand, can you help me do this? Because the key thing that we find more often out there in operations is people seem to be reluctant to ask for help, and particularly leaders. So being a little vulnerable and saying, look, I don't understand, or I need help with this, can you help me get this started, etc., is a really good demonstration of shared vulnerability. Then the third element is a focused purpose. And this, as I said before, is often there are elements of this existing, but we're talking about absolute clarity for the individuals in the team, for the leader in the first place, but for the leaders, the individuals in the team, to know this with such clarity that they can go out there and get into their work, and it's shared. And that's the whole point about the concept of the triangle model, is that all of these integrated means I feel safe to get out there and engage and have open discussions. I am prepared to say I don't understand without the risk of judgment, and I have clarity about what I'm going to go out there and do, so therefore I can put my energy and effort into getting that result. So when we pull that together, we have a foundation for building high-performing teams. Now this is part one of a two-part series, and in the second part of this video series, we'll expand this model out to really show you the power of it. So we look forward to you participating and applying this model to get the results, and look forward to catching up with you in part two. So thank you, and we'll catch you later.